Hey, what's going on, guys? Big D here, and today I'm going to be letting you in on how we've been doing in Knights of Zion, this CWL. As you can see at the bottom, we have won our first 3 wars, and we're currently fighting war number 4. We have yet to face the top clan, but we're going to give them a run for their money, that is for sure. So let me bring up the season info. The top clan right now is Damascus, and I'm assuming they've won their first 3 wars as well. And we've had a few mishaps over in Knights of Zion where we've had a 1 star or 2 on the board in the past few wars. I'm not proud of it, but it does happen on occasion. I'm hoping to minimize that as much as we can because without those 1 stars, we'd be a lot closer to Damascus. We are trailing them by 5 stars currently. And if they do happen to lose a war, that would put us at the advantage. Assuming we do win every war up until we face them, which will be day number 7, we will come against Damascus. Let me go ahead and jump into the first war. I'm going to show you a few triples up until war number 4 that we've had so far. All right, the first attack I have for you is from King, and he tripled this Town Hall 13 with a Queen Charge hybrid. So let's go ahead and hit play. He is going to come in at 12 o'clock, the north compartment with the single target Inferno. He's going to first start with a hog to test for any kind of traps that may be around. So he popped a Tesla with that hog. Then he's going to send in a Coco Loon up there at the top, then drop his queen, and then Healer's going to come in behind the queen, making sure that the Loon first would soak up any SAM that would be in his way. He does have 2 super wall breakers. He sent the first one in to break the queen into that compartment, and she is going to go for, there we go, the Tesla first, and then the other Tesla. He's going to have to freeze a single target Inferno. He has the Healer's Rage, the Queen Rage. He's going to push through that Archer Tower and then through the single target Inferno. No need to drop any more spells for the Inferno. She has that taken care of. Then she pops a Skeleton Trap to take care of as well. Pushing on in, she pulls a Clan Castle, some Goblins, an Archer, and some Headhunters come out of there. So he does have to freeze those, rage up the Queen, make sure she does get through all of this and stays alive. Barrack starting over at 3 o'clock, and King coming out as well to help with the funnel before he starts his hybrid. P.E.K.K.A. and King gonna start tanking, and the Wizard should help clean up a lot of the trash. The hybrid's gonna go ahead and start at about 1 o'clock. Miners in, Hogs in, and then the Grand Warden and Royal Champion in behind. Royal Champion's going to be drawn to the enemy Royal Champion, and she goes down pretty quick to those Miners and the Royal Champion. Now, the Queen is currently having to deal with a scatter shot and sweepers on her healers, and she's going to be in a bit of trouble. She's going to have to pop her ability to get through this wall and try to stay alive. Grand Warden ability popped over the Town Hall. The Miners and Hogs take care of that for the moment. The Queen is going to beat through the wall and get through the last scatter shot on the base. Now, he has a bit of a split on his army, but it's an okay split. A lot of Miners up top on some X-bows, a single target Inferno dealing with them, but the single target is having to redirect every time they do go underground. So, Miners pushing into the Eagle now. The Eagle is going to go down, and not a lot of the base left. The Queen is even still up on the back end, and a Baby Dragon helping keep her tight into the base to take out a lot more defenses. The Royal Champion pops her ability to get some damage on that single target Inferno. She's going to get roasted by the single, but there's nothing left on this base to stop the rest of these Miners, Yetis, and the Queen herself to finish it up. So they're going to go ahead and clean up the rest of this base. No cleanup left because he's already deployed everything he has, and there's no need. He's got 15 more seconds to go in the raid before he finishes up. And I think he even had some more time after that because the attack started at about 2:38, if I'm not mistaken. 6 more seconds and nothing but crash and a Tesla left, and that's going to be the triple for King here in Knights of Zion. Now I'm going to go ahead and load up the next attack, and I'll be right back. All right, triple number 2 is going to be coming in from Binjo. This is still war number 1, and he went ahead and smacked this base down with a hybrid attack, but not just any hybrid. It is a Zap hybrid. He's bringing 5 lightning spells and an earthquake to take out a scatter shot and whatever might be around said scatter shot, and then he's gonna go ahead and queen charge and hybrid in for the rest of the base. Now, he did triple in other wars, but this is the one I chose to show you because I know he wouldn't want me to show you the regular old hybrid hit. He would want me to show you this wild, amazing strategy that is Zap hybrid. So let's go ahead and hit the play button. He's going to start this thing off with these zaps, and he gets some pretty good value off of it, to be honest. For 5 zaps, he gets a scatter shot and 2 X-bows, and then he drops the earthquake in a fashion that actually damages a lot more than just the things that he took out. He's going to go ahead and start his queen charge over at 3 o'clock, pushing into the Royal Champion, Wizard on the mortar to take it out and set the funnel for the queen, and a Baby Dragon at about 4 o'clock to set the other side of the funnel. Queen going to push in to the enemy royal champion. He drops a headhunter to help deal with her, so he does not have to rage the queen or its healers. He sends in a double super wall breaker to get into the eagle compartment, and that's why he sent in the baby dragon to help funnel her in. So here we go. He's going to have to freeze this single target inferno. He gets through the enemy skeletons, and the queen is going to take out the single and hopefully push into the base, because that's what he's looking to do. He had to drop his king to push her in and pop his ability immediately to help finish the funnel. That's not what he had planned, but he had to readjust a little bit to make sure the queen did get the value he was looking for. Queen going to push in and take out the enemy eagle artillery and the enemy scatter shot. The second scatter shot, that means there's not another scatter shot on the base. The king actually sort of dealt with most of the clan council inside the poison, aside from 2 ice golems, which is going to be easy peasy for the queen. She's actually going to get frozen, but then she may have to pop her ability, but no, okay, she does take out the sweeper and then pop her ability, gets through the enemy queen, and then he starts the funnel even further over to the left side and sends in his hybrid toward the town hall. So a really wide funnel there, so everything does push in toward the town hall. He's going to drop the royal champion late to come in behind everything and make sure she does help them get through the town hall and the enemy king and everything else. So he pops the Grand Warden's ability, a lot of hogs left, and he sends in a late blimp into this single target compartment because he did not need it for the town hall. Goes into the single target compartment. The Yetis come out to help take that stuff out. Not much left of the base. Royal champion still has her ability. A lot of hogs and miners left up. The only spell left that he has is a freeze spell, since he spent so much on the Zap Quake at the beginning. But the queen is still up. She does not have her ability, but she will be able to clear a lot more of the base. Cleanup going over at about 8 o'clock with a few miners that broke off to that direction. The Yeti and Valkyrie are trying to break through the wall of that single target compartment, and another Yeti on the other side of the compartment breaking through an entirely different wall. He is going to cross back over, and there's only 2 defenses left on the base. That's going to be a cannon and a mortar. No, I'm sorry, a cannon and a bomb tower and a mortar. So there was 3. The mortar goes down. Nothing left but clean up. He has Yetis, miners, the queen, the royal champion, a balloon, and a grand warden. They're just going to work through the rest of this base, and that's going to be the triple for Binjo and Knights of Zion. I'm going to go ahead and load up the next attack to show you, and that's going to be in the next war. I will be right back. And in war number 2, we have a triple coming in from Catfish. He's pretty low on our roster, but don't let him fool you. He does have the ability to triple on occasion. So we're going to show you his attack. Now, his attack is a little unorthodox. I honestly don't even know how this attack really works, but it works for him. He did triple this base right here. So let's go ahead and hit play. So he has actually 7 zaps, a freeze, a heal, and a raid. So what is he going to zap? He's going to zap the core, I assume. But okay, so he's going to get the... Wait, is he going to get both scatters? He's dropping them kind of... Okay, so yes, he is going to get both scatters, but what he's going to do is activate the town hall with the earthquake as well, it seems. And typically you don't want to do that in like a Lalo setting, but in this setting I'm sure it's going to be fine because he does get the triple. Now he has a lot of witches. I mean a whole lot. He brings 16 witches. He has 4 ice golems, 3 headhunters, and a little bit of cleanup here and there, and some wall breakers. So he sends in an ice golem and a few more witches on each corner to funnel, and then I guess he's going to go pretty slow in here just to make sure everything does work in his favor. He lets the first ice golem die off and freeze some stuff, and then he sends in some wall breakers, and then the rest of his troops come flying in. A lot of witches, a lot of skeletons to work through here. They're going to just overwhelm the entire base, and he has a blimp to send in to make for sure that he does get that town hall. He's going to pop that Grand Warden's ability and make that blimp immortal, and all of these SAMs and bombs are going to do absolutely nothing. So he did get some damage onto that town hall early with the earthquake, so this had no problem getting in there and taking it out. He froze some stuff just to make sure the Yetis did make it through, and the Rage Yeti might actually do a really good job here in the core, almost clear out everything. Just very few defenses left up. Actually, scratch that, 2 defenses. That's going to be just 1 Tesla and 1 single target Inferno, and that single target Inferno really does not have enough to take out all of these skeletons that he's going to have left toward the back end. Queen still has her ability, and there's not much to stop her with all of these skeletons distracting these point defenses. She is going to stay up for a long time. Look at these skeletons running amok on the outside of the base, cleaning up all of the trash on each side. A lot of skeletons even inside the base, inside that Grand Warden's aura. So they're a little more beefy. It takes more than just 1 shot from mortar to take those out. Just pushing into the back end here. Now they're going to converge on 1 wall, take that wall out pretty quick, and the Grand Warden actually targets the Tesla by himself because he can reach it over the walls. They're going to run into a few skeletons in the core, and the Grand Warden, I assume, picks up the queen ability is what picks up the triple for Catfish. Wow, that was one of those attacks where there's a lot of there's one component, but there's a lot of small components in the attack. Like the witches have to do certain things, the skeletons have to go a specific way for it to work out, and it worked out perfectly in his favor. And that Yeti bomb into the core was 100% perfect, along with those zaps. So good eye, Catfish. That was a nice triple for you. I'm also in this exact war with a triple, so I'm not even going to cut here. I'm going to show you my triple right here on number 12. There's another triple on the board here, but it's Binjo, and again, it's one of those attacks that I know he doesn't want you to really see because he doesn't really like the attack. He uses it because he knows it works, but he likes to do a little more extravagant things besides a regular old hybrid attack. So we're going to go ahead and skip over that and jump into my triple here in war number 2, and that's going to be with a Zap Lalo. You know how much I love Zap Lalo at Town Hall 13. I've been doing it for just exclusively pretty much in my Legend League attacks. So let's make sure I can show you how I do things. So in a war setting, it's a little bit different than Legend League. I have a lot more time to plan and kind of plan for mistakes that may or may not happen during the attack. Now, as you can see right over here by the Town Hall, there's a lot of zap value on this base. I'm going to drop 2 on the Clan Castle and the 2 sweepers, and I'm going to take out another a scatter shot as well with those zaps, and then I'm going to Sui for the Town Hall, some heroes, and another scatter shot. So we're going to go ahead and start the zaps here shortly. Here we go. There's 2 there to take out 1 sweeper and do some damage to one of those scatter shots, and then the other 5 on the other scatter shot and the other sweeper to take that out. Go ahead and drop that quite perfectly where I do not activate the Town Hall, because if I activate the Town Hall too early, then it's damaging my Sui a bit early, and that's not what I want. So I drop 2 ice golems and then the king, and then I'm going to hold on to some headhunters. Drop 1 for the first kill, and then I'm going to hold the other one to get through the enemy king, and then it tries to help out with the enemy queen, but the scatter shot does a bit too much damage to it and takes it out before it can help with her. That's okay. Pop the king's ability to get through the enemy queen. He's going to run around and sort of funnel my queen into the Town Hall. Go ahead and pop that queen's ability at the perfect time right here when she gets low on health. She's going to take out the Town Hall and then the Expo, and then she has just enough health to finish off the scatter shot. So that's all the value I was looking for with that. I'm gonna go ahead and start my Lalo. Now I held on to my Royal Champion, as you can see, and there's a reason for that. So I started my Lalo to push in, and the Royal Champion comes in at the 9 o'clock side to pick off one of these air defenses. So that last hound that I'm going to deploy does not go for it. It goes for the final air defense up at the 12 o'clock compartment, and that just helps the path for my balloons. Now the Grand Warden balloons and hounds working through the first set of compartments here. Most of my balloons are already in. Now this Tesla could have trolled me. I'm glad it didn't, because all my balloons had to backtrack there, but I had enough balloons in the core. Now the Grand Warden pops his ability over the Eagle artillery shots so that it didn't take out every single balloon in that pack, and that was a lot of balloons. If it would have came down on those balloons, I likely wouldn't have tripled. So luckily I have my Grand Warden's ability still. I have 1 freeze left for this final compartment I want to hold on to, because I do have a lot of balloons left, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to make it through here. So I wanted that Stone Slammer to have as much health pushing into this final compartment as it could possibly have, so it didn't get roasted immediately by that single target Inferno. It's going to pop here. The balloons and dragon are going to come out, help with cleanup, as well as finish off the defenses in this base. 12 o'clock compartment goes down, nothing but a few point defenses, and there are 20 balloons left, I guarantee, in that big pack. So these single target defenses are not going to do it. Dragon going to help clean up. Minions and pups over at the 9 o'clock pushing around as well, and that is pretty much crushed by this Zap Lalo attack strategy. Again, in a war setting, I love Zap Lalo, and I love it in Legend League as well, but I just don't triple as often, me personally, and that's because I'm not able to think as quickly. I'm just kind of spamming everything in and trying to make plans on the fly without scouting for the first 30 seconds like I probably should. But being able to plan in a war setting, I can adjust for mistakes that may happen on the fly, and that's going to be the triple for me, Big D, in Knights of Zion. Let me go ahead and get the next attack ready for you guys. All right, so in war number 3, we did have 2 triples, and that would be from Cogito here and Cello. Now, Sir Cello Pup has tripled more than once, and I'm going to show you his attack next, but it's not going to be from war number 3. It's going to be his triple from war number 4, and he has the only triple on the board so far, so I'm not going to show his war number 3 attack, though he did triple. I'm going to show you the next one, because I loved how he does it, and I love the base he attacked with, strategy he used as well. But Go ahead and get into this attack from Kojito. He is going to triple this Town Hall 13 with another Queen Charge hybrid. So E-Drag comes in to start the funnel up at 12 o'clock. Coco Loon comes in to make sure no bomb was up there to damage him. So he's going to get some pretty nice value off of the skip off the chain from his Chain Lightning. And I'm assuming that's why he went with the E-Drag here, because it was out of range of the air defense for quite a while, and it gets a lot of damage value from that chain. Very nice funnel, and then the Queen comes down right here at the almost 3 o'clock. She's going to come in here. Now, what he funneled over there for with the Electro Dragon was for the hybrid. When the hybrid comes in, he wants to go in at the Eagle compartment and make sure that does go down. Now, the Queen, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Let me just illustrate one thing for you guys. The Queen does not need a whole lot of value in a hybrid attack. She doesn't. She really just needs to funnel. If you can get a good enough funnel on both sides of your hybrid with your Queen Charge and with a Barracks or an E-Drag like Kojito used, you can triple bases, no problem. She does not need to take down the Eagle and both scatter shots and all this value. She just needs a proper funnel made for the hybrid. So let me go ahead and hit the play button one more time. Queen working through here. Now he drops his Grand Warden with the Queen to strengthen her and her healers to make sure they don't die off too early. And wow, I didn't even notice this Queen can actually run through the entire base because of the junction this guy has, this kind of moat. And wow, that's a terrible clan council, guys. Don't run balloons on a Lava Hound at Town Hall 13, guys. It is not a good defensive CC. The Hound is good for stalling time, but I would definitely put some headhunters in those clan castles, guys. Okay, so he did start his hybrid up here already. Now, it didn't quite go the way he planned, I don't think, but he did pop that Grand Warden's ability slightly early as well for the blimp to get in there and make sure it did not die off before making it to the Town Hall. Wow, everything getting spun in the core by the Town Hall because of that tornado trap. He has a lot of spells down in there, heals and rages to push everything through. Now, at this point in the raid, I thought he was doomed. I did not think he was going to make it through, but he does have the gas to make it through. He still has the ability on the Royal Champion. He still has Hogs and Miners up. They were just split, so I did not notice how many he had. Wizard on the top side, helping keep everything tight into the base. Queen's still working through with the Grand Warden there, and all of those healers are still up. So nothing left on the base defensively. Hogs are going to help clean up the base. Now, the Queen is breaking through the wall to get into this last compartment because this wizard cannot reach, or he does not want to reach, I guess, the stuff over the wall. So there we go. The Queen is going to finish up the last bit in this compartment, and that's going to be the triple for Kojito with this hybrid attack. Got a little dicey there at the end, but he pulled it off nicely. And to avoid one more cut, we're just going to jump into the next war so I can show you guys the final attack of the video, and that's going to be a triple from Sir Cello Pup. Now, as you can see, my base got tripled this war. I'm kind of sad about that, but it's time I swap bases anyway. I'm not going to show you the defense because I'm not going to burn my base for one, and for two, it was just a Yeti smash that got pretty lucky, to be 100% honest, but we're not going to show that. We're going to go down here to number 13, Spartacus, where Sir Cello Pup can crush his base. So we're going to hit the replay right about now. We're going to pause it right here. I love when Sir Cello Pup attacks these type of bases. I've seen him triple these day in and day out. The people that run these bases are like candy to Cello. He just eats them up. So let me go ahead and hit play. And he had a really solid funnel strategy as well. So he drops this E-Drag right down here, and it gets a ton of funnel value for the Queen, more than I thought it was going to get when he first places. I thought he was going to run up and get taken out by the air defense, but instead it flies down toward where he plans to drop his Queen. So it was pretty advantageous, to be honest. Getting quite a bit of value. So once this stuff goes down, he knows that if he drops his Queen on this storage, she will not go up. She's going to go over to the left side toward the Town Hall where he wanted to push her. So healers hasn't come in yet. The E-Drag's kind of acting as a Coco Loon because it's flying right where he would have sent his Coco Loon in the first place, and it does in fact soak up a SAM. I'm sure that wasn't intentional. He wanted that balloon to soak up that SAM for the E-Drag so he can get a bit more value from it. But the Clan Council comes out, and it's an Ice Golem and a Hound, so it's just going to stall him up for some time. Not too bad. Queen's going to deal with that just fine inside this raid. He sends in a Wizard to help take out the pups. Now, let me say one thing. When you're dealing with a Hound in a Clan Council, even if there's an Ice Golem along with it, hold on to that poison. Just wait until that Queen pops the Hound, and when the Queen does pop the Hound, then drop it. And you want to drop it dead centered on the Queen. So all the pups, or as many as possible, those pups are inside this poison, and they die off without the queen having to take each and every one of them out. So just a little friendly advice. She's going to finish up on these pups and push into the base. He does have super wall breakers, so he did get a wall break on the junction. He is going to rage up the queen and healers once again, accidentally having to pop his ability. He wanted that headhunter to come in a little earlier to stop the enemy queen from doing any damage to his queen, but that's okay. He's going to activate the town hall, get through it, no problem. Queen doesn't have an ability, but he is still raging up those healers and the queen. He's going to work through the clan castle, and a lot of his healers are getting roasted right now by this air defense. Finally, the queen goes to take it out, and then on to the scatter shots. He's going to go ahead and use one more rage on the queen to keep her alive through this. He would have liked to keep her alive to round this corner up here, I'm sure, but it's not the case. So he does drop his barracks up there at about about 2 o'clock, and then the wizards and peck are coming out. King goes out, and this was a little bit of a scare here for his path, but luckily he sends in those hogs and takes out the cannon and the multi-mortar, so they'll pass straight back over into the multi-target inferno. Now, unfortunately, some of them do get taken out, but as the eagle shots come down, he's going to pop his Grand Ward's ability. Not quite perfect, but just about as perfect as he was going to get. Hogs coming out of the barracks, pushing through the rest of the base. Last heal does come down, and he does have one more freeze if he does need it. The queen is now dead. Healer's crossing the base. Going to get taken out by the archer tower and some SAMs and other bombs in the core. So he freezes this last wizard tower. Nothing but point defenses left on the base, and he still has the ability from his royal champion and 2 balloons. Nothing else for cleanup, though. So luckily he crushed the base enough where he had enough miners and hogs to finish this base up, and to pop the ability for the RC just as it would take out the last defenses. That way everything doesn't have to converge on the last few defenses. Like these hogs, they can run through and help clean up with the miners. He gets a perfect split. Some miners up at the top, some miners over on the left with the hogs, and the balloons with the royal champion to take out the final bit of the base for the triple. So let's head on over. We can check the season once more. And Not to Zion, you guys are killing it. We're going to continue to kill it this season. I have a good feeling about it, and I hope I don't jinx us, but we're doing pretty well so far, and we hardly ever get this good of a start. Typically, it's at the end where we shine. Let me go ahead and pull up the season info. As I said, Damascus is going to be our challenge, and we're coming for you. We're going to give you a run for your money, that is for sure. And I know my guys can do it. We just have to stop with the 1 stars, and we'd be pretty close to them. That 5-star gap would have turned into a 2 to 3-star gap, and that's significant. If we can get a war ahead and get them to lose one more, whether it's the one against us or before then, we should be able to take the lead as long as we keep playing how we're playing. My guys are very competent, and they know what they're doing, and they can pull in the triples. We just have to continue to work through and get as good as we can. Now, I personally think all 4 of my attacks should have tripled. I made very small mistakes that cost me. The first attack, I was in the 80% on a 2-star, and I time failed it. No, excuse me, I did not actually. I failed that because a misplaced freeze, and that cost me a misplaced freeze and a late warden ability. It cost me the triple on that base. Now, ward number 2, you saw my triple, and ward number 3 was a time fail, and it was a significant one, but it was a time fail. I was about at 84% in that war, and I just couldn't pick it up. And then, no, I'm sorry, actually, that was ward number 4. Ward number 3, what happened with my attack in ward number 3 was I just didn't pay enough attention, and it was actually a base that I had hit before on the channel. You guys saw it. It was a live war attack that I did. I planned it out, and I hit it. Yeah, I hit the nail on the head and tripled it then, but as I rewatched it and reworked my plan for it, my queen she went the wrong direction. At a point in the attack, she went perfectly up until a certain point. She did take out key defenses and the clan castle like I planned, but she just went the wrong way at a certain point in the raid, and it did cost me the funnel, in which threw off the rest of the attack for about a 78% 2-star. So right now I'm a little bit mad, but you know, it happens. But I think I should have tripled all 4 of my attacks, but these slight changes that I needed to make, I couldn't adjust on the fly. But this is how we're doing so far in CWL. You will get to see the end result. Of course, I'm going to bring that to you with another recap video. I won't be showing these attacks, but I'll be showing some other triples and other fresh attacks that do happen in the last portion of CWL. Thank you guys for tuning in to this midweek CWL recap. You are all amazing, and I'll see you in the next one.